Hello, everyone, and welcome to a new episode of One Arm Wednesday. Today, we're talking about dead hangs. Let's get to it. Thank you for tuning in. If you do enjoy this content, please remember to hit the like button and to subscribe to the channel to help it grow and reach more people. Now, let's talk dead hangs. So, the two things I want to cover in this video are one, are dead hangs mandatory, especially doing one arm dead hangs? And two is if they are, or if you want to incorporate them, how would you actually put them into your actual workout? So, the first question, are doing dead hangs and one arm dead hangs mandatory for doing a one arm pull up? And the answer is kind of gray there. I would say no when we think about a traditional dead hang. But if you think about it, when you do a one arm pull up, you technically start off in a dead hang position. So the answer was kind of yes in that situation. But if we're talking specifically about going up and just hanging on a bar for 15, 20 seconds, then the answer is no, it's not mandatory, but there are uses for it. When people first start thinking about being able to do the one arm pull up, they think about being able to actually just hold themselves there on one arm. How can you grip the bar hard enough where you're able to not only just hang, but lift yourself up and lower yourself down without slipping off and falling and hurting yourself? So, if we want to be able to build that grip strength, the dead hang is obviously one of the forefront activities we can do to actually work on that. But it's not the only thing. There's plenty of grip strengthening exercise out there. If we think about people like rock climbers, they're not necessarily doing one arm dead hangs as part of their training, but they're out there doing very grip intensive exercises. And then they could just come in and focus on the actual rep itself as opposed to having to sit there and hang to build up their grip strength. So ultimately, you need to have a floor of solid grip strength before you attempt a one arm pull up. So, whether or not that's dead hangs or other grip based activities, you can kind of pick and choose here. But for a lot of us, just going in and putting dead hangs into our workout is going to be the most beneficial. And it's going to have the most carryover to doing a one arm pull up since we are basically going to be in that motion anyway. We can also customize our dead hangs by starting to do shrugs as part of that to kind of simulate what the beginning of a one arm pull up is going to be. So once you get really good at doing one arm dead hangs, you can then start shrugging yourself up and starting to activate your lats to get ready for the movement and then lower yourself back down. So you go from just training your grip, but also starting to train kind of that beginning portion where you're activating your muscles and getting ready to take flight. So for a lot of people, the answer is yes, it should be mandatory, but ultimately it really comes down to what your current grip strength levels are. If you have other ways that you want to build up your grip strength, but if you're looking for kind of just more of a traditional calisthenic way of building up your grip strength, this might be your go to exercise. So, when it comes to training dead hangs and where to put it into a workout, where's the most optimal place to put it? And usually I'll recommend doing this somewhere around the middle to middle end of the workout. Grip strength is important, but if we think about the movement as a whole, being able to do the full range of motion is usually going to give you the most bang for your buck because not only are you going to be building up the strength in all of your muscles, that thinking about like your back and your biceps, forearms, etc., but you'll also be getting some grip strength as part of that. And the last thing you want to do is start off your exercise doing some really grip intensive stuff where you can't actually go up onto a pull up bar and hold yourself there to actually do those movements. So I like to supplement this at the end of the workout. So think about doing your assisted one arm pull ups, maybe your weighted pull ups, and do those first and get them out of the way. And then follow up at the end by doing some one arm dead hangs for a couple of sets. You don't want to overdo it where your grip won't be able to recover for your next workout. So I'd recommend starting in maybe one, maybe two sets and going for maybe a sub maximal load. So if you feel like you could hold it for maybe 20 seconds, maybe cut it off at the 15-second mark. And then from there, over time, you steadily increase it and go from there. So those are my thoughts when it comes to doing dead hangs and the one arm pull up. But what are your thoughts? Leave a comment down below and let me know what your opinions are. Are they mandatory? Are they something that maybe you wouldn't consider doing? Do you have other grip exercises you think are very beneficial for people to learn? Leave those in the comment below and let's get the conversation started. Remember, if you did enjoy this, hit that like button and to subscribe to the channel. And have a good one, everyone. Let's go get that one arm pull up.